We're starting off high.
We can get a two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot.
There was you had accountability. Now what I can
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
No, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a Foolproof page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
Trust human to raise back wolves.
before I would trust a pack of humans to raise a wolf.
Right. I hear you. Yo, what up, fools? Welcome to another edition of Two Fools Agree. As always, I'm your host, Michael Reggie, here with my main man, Clifford Jordan Jennings.
What's up? What's happening?
What's good? What's going on, man? How you doing?
Nah, shit, I'm cool. I seen that episode title.
Oh, yeah? CEO Hunger Games?
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I like
you like the concept, but you don't know you want to be associated with it?
Yeah, not at
Should
all.
we say for entertainment purposes only?
Oh, we can say for entertainment purposes only, but I've been preaching the way I feel for a while now. I just don't know if I would say Hunger Games, right?
Right. Just pick them off one at a time. What's a better name for it?
That's a good question, because Hunger Games would imply, like, to me at least, that we're rounding them up and making them kill each other. That's not the case.
But could it be?
I mean, it could be the case. I think that they've been calling for like the what was that old Clay shit on MTV?
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah, they've been calling for that with the billionaires for a while now, and I'm all for it.
I'm here for it.
For entertainment purposes only, or in real life, I'm for it.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's interesting because there have been some very suspicious, high-profile deaths that the media isn't really covering. So we've got a healthcare CEO that OD'd that looks like it's foul play.
In the hotel room?
Uh-huh. We've got a billionaire that swallowed a bee during a polo match.
That seems
in
like
England,
that's
like
just
a month ago.
That seems like that's just God.
Right?
Like he's like, like
has God just decided we're done with these guys?
That movie Immortals where Zeus was like, y'all don't get involved in the human shit. And God was probably like, I just can't pass this one up. This prick ass niggas out here playing cricket. I'm about to fly a fucking bumblebee right down his esophagus.
My favorite one is the Brazilian billionaire that died in a skydiving accident in the last week. In another suspicious fashion. Basically, he collided with like the instructor in the skydiving thing.
That nigga threw a flying knee at him.
And they both managed to deploy their chutes, but like his deployed too late.
Yeah, he was like, we ain't wearing GoPros. we not mic'd up for this trip. Right. I'm about to fly a knee right into the back of his neck.
So all I'm saying is that if you're somebody who makes less than, let's call an even number just to make it easy. If you're somebody that makes less than 100,000, but you regularly interact with a billionaire, maybe make it so you don't have to anymore.
I mean,
whether that's leaving their service or, other things happen.
At the rate that this is happening, I mean, it seems like we got like a organized group on the inside that nobody knows about. Like we got an undercover Hamas here in
like
the
inside
States.
the billionaire community.
Yeah, like, and again, I'm all for it. I'm all fucking for it, to be honest.
And not even your fleas will mourn you.
Listen, I mean, like nobody wants to see nobody go. But when you think about the deaths, poverty, and turmoil
that they have caused,
this is you could die 100 times over in your next 100 lives and you still wouldn't have paid for all the bullshit you caused.
Right.
Oh, so why would I feel bad?
Well, and I mean, what's interesting is this latest one for Manhattan, Wellesley or whatever her name was, for Blackstone, the third largest real estate holding company in the United States, who went out, bought up all these properties that were for sale during the housing crisis, and now is jacking the prices up so that, normal folks can't afford it. Like, you want to know why the average home price is $425,000+ in the United States? Because of people like her.
But my whole thing about
that shooter was going for the NFL.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah. For the NFL. He was so concerned about CTE when he played grade school football was the last time. I think
they said high school was the last time he played.
Here, man. And if it was a happy accident, seems like a happy accident.
I mean, I don't know. What about that was a congressman. That wasn't a CEO. The dude in Texas that got set on fire.
Yeah.
That got burned alive.
I missed that one, but I think I did see something quickly about it.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, for entertainment purposes only, Ohio being the most gerrymandered state in the fucking country, where one party has basically overruled the will of the people or continuously tries to do that, because we passed abortion rights. We passed citizen-led ballots, passed abortion rights, and passed marijuana. And the Republican State House in Ohio has continuously tried to take that away. Even though it was clearly the will of the people by a gross margin.
Listen, I mean...
So all I'm saying is if you know your local state senator, maybe you shouldn't know them anymore.
That's for entertainment
purposes only. No, you don't have to know them anymore. You just walk away.
But we all know walking away.
Right. Mm-hmm. So the theory behind the episode was maybe we come up with a list. Maybe there's a list of companies out there that, have done very wrong by not just the United States, but by the world, really. British Petroleum, BP, that's one.
But that's the whole thing, though. If we never would have allowed them to lead us down this path, I feel like that's what would have happened in the first place.
Right.
Like, it takes the people to police the people, and they know that. So they come out with these hypercritical, emotional people that place labels on things that don't need labels on them to stop people from being the natural way they would be.
I think that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, here's the flip side is that, intent of the founding fathers was to not find ourselves in a two-party system, was to not allow basically the whole taxation without representation. They're doing that. It's just through billionaires and not necessarily through the government.
Well,
not to mention the government also bending us over. And
that's because these motherfuckers are
the lion's share.
Kings of semantics. And once you start letting them talk democracy, that leads to where we are currently. We're not a fucking democracy. We're a congressional republic.
Right.
And you forgot that. You forgot all of that. And now we're at a point where we are a democracy by default.
And that was the point of even the 2020s book that we covered, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago now, talked about like democracy needs to evolve with the times, otherwise it will completely fail. And we are at a point now, like the reason why we have a representative republic and the way that we have things set up with, you know, the electoral college, etc., like those systems were put in place because there wasn't a good way to do it otherwise.
Well, I don't know.
Like
I mean,
we didn't have a method for collecting a vote from everyone, for long distances, you know, shoot and travel, that kind of stuff. Like technology has enabled all of this now.
I feel like that's the best way to do it if states' rights matter.
Right.
If states' rights matter, then yeah, that's the best way to do it. But what happened is you took away all of the states' rights.
Well, and some of that is Democrats' fault too. Like that's not just like Republicans were supposed to be the ones fighting for state rights, but right now they're more adept to try to take them away.
You know what it is? You know what it is? You said the forefathers were fighting not to have this democracy that we're currently in. More importantly, they were fighting not to allow the banks to have control. Right. And that's why we are here politically where we are currently, is because the banks have taken over. And there's not really much you can do to stop it. Like once a motherfucker is holding your child, you're kind of at the will of whatever the fuck they say. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't have children, so their finances are the most important thing in their life. So if you're holding my finances, I kind of got to I kind of got to chill out and let you do what you do.
Right. Right. Well, and it's unfortunate that, you know, it's interesting. I want to say, damn, who was it? There was somebody recently. Now I'm going to blank on it. But somebody recently, actually, I think it was like Ron Howard or somebody, basically did like his own little manifesto of like why he's a liberal and like what it talked about. And
I don't give a fuck.
No, but what I'm saying is the points he was making were the right points. The language wasn't the right language in terms of like liberal. Like, no, as an American, I do believe that everybody should have an equal opportunity to food, healthcare, shelter, etc. I do. And I think that there is an argument to be made for something like a universal income where basic sustenance should not be something that people are worried about.
I agree.
And I agree. Having as much wealth as we do in this country, as much food as we do in this country, as much XYZ as we do in this country, and the fact that we've got homeless folks, we've got starving people, we've got like infant mortality, maternal mortality, like that's unacceptable for where we are supposed to be right now.
Okay, so two things there. One, that's never been the case ever before. This has never been a country of equality.
No.
What we say we are and what we actually are have always been two very different things.
And even the Declaration, the pursuit of happiness. Not happiness, but the pursuit of it.
Right. Now, the second thing to that is it doesn't matter if that is the case. Again, we are already too far gone. If they come up with a universal basic income or
universal health care or...
We know that it would be so low on the totem pole, it doesn't matter. You think the food is processed now? Wait till the government has to pass out care packages. You're going to have triple processed foods because they want it to last 3 times longer because they don't want to have to give you more and more and more and more.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter. Even your lights at the end of the tunnel are not going to work with the current regime in place. And when I say regime, I don't mean Trump. I don't mean Obama. I don't mean Biden. I mean all of them.
Right. It's the
billionaire. They all have to go.
It is the billionaire families that sit behind the wealth of this country.
Even the politicians. I don't care if you're a good every one of them has to go.
The system has to be rewritten.
Right. You were a part of a corrupt system, and that's all you know is how to operate in is the corrupt system. You don't belong here.
Yep.
And I'm not saying they have to go like extermination, but you will no longer, you are barred from being able to run in any political asylum from here forth because we have to tear down the asylum.
Well, and the problem is that, to your point, like even the quote unquote good ones can't combat the corruption within. Like,
that's because you learned in a compromised game.
Right.
The game was already compromised and you learned in it. You didn't get anything done in that, so we can't expect you to
be able to rewrite it. And
you're
do it
done.
Right. You had your chances being part of the corrupt system and you couldn't change it.
At least these devil motherfuckers did something right to get on top. You couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
And this wasn't a Democratic Republican thing. This was a fight against good and evil, and you couldn't even win that.
Right.
So you don't get an opportunity to do this again.
No. Well, and that's where it starts to go to, I don't know, like your options at that point are a true one person, one vote democracy. Like, what system do you put in place after post-American democracy? What's the system that
if I'm being honest, I don't think you get to put a system in place.
We go back to tribes rule.
I think that's exactly how it is. People go on their own situation, build their own houses, their own places, and until it bubbles up to where you see those proxy wars, there's nothing you can say.
Yeah.
We will police our own area. We don't need you to do it. Because you got to think, and I'm going through it right now. Anytime a motherfucker ever loses a job, you want to chill for a bit.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? I need a new job, but I'm going to take 2 weeks to clear my head before I even get started on that. Because it's like, you did too much. I need to recharge my batteries. And that would be the only way the American people could recharge their batteries, as well as self-identify with what they actually want to be. Because what you thought you wanted to be didn't work.
Right.
You thought you were rebels coming to unite in a country that would take on the world.
And that's always what's interesting to me is, like, even if you look at, and, you know, being a Star Wars fan, I'll use that as an example. Like, they don't ever explore what happens after the rebellion wins. Right? Like, especially a people's rebellion, which is, you know, a majority of the people standing up against a corrupt government. That's because it's never really happened in history without the next corrupt person taking control.
Right.
Except if you believe in the American Revolution, is really the only time in world history where, quote unquote, independence was declared and held, versus it going from one dictator to the next, to the next, to the next.
Right. That's what's so sad about this situation, right? Is because we were supposed to be...
We had a chance to be the GOAT.
Right. We were supposed to be the country of fighters.
Right.
The country of
freedom
people that
fighters.
wouldn't let shit slide. And now we've fallen so far that a place like South Korea can overthrow their government before the United States of America could.
When we have more guns per capita than any nation on this planet.
Are you fucking crazy?
It is nuts.
And motherfuckers are flying Confederate flags and red, white, and blue out in front of their house, but you forgot what any of that meant. Huh?
Right.
You just like the symbolism. You're a lab rat cosplaying as a rebel.
Right.
And you have no problem being a lab rat.
With those damn white coats.
them lab coats. Them lab coats, man. It's them fucking lab coats at the end of the day. And it brings me to like the whole Trump and Epstein shit. The whole thing that I cannot get over is, where the fuck are these children's parents?
Right.
Where are these children's parents at? Because trust
Well,
and believe, I hate
here-
to even think about it, but if something happened like that to my daughter, I am wiping out 1% of the earth or dying trying.
But I think that that's part of the problem is that the vast majority of like it's not fair of me to say that, I guess. I was going to say the vast majority of these parents couldn't keep those kids anyways. Like, meaning drug addicts, children of drug addicts,
I mean, I
children
can
of
understand
criminals,
that, right? I
children
can
of.
understand that, but it's as long as that's my child, there's
I'm with
always
you.
listen, there's always a fight, right? I could always say I was on drugs, but I cleaned myself up. Now I'm going back to court to see if I can't get custody. Now, once the court says we don't know where your child is,
Right.
that's your kill switch.
You would
That's your
think.
MK Ultra to flip you off. Now go Gator.
But that's always what's killed me about like that whole I'm going to call it a conspiracy, but I don't know. It could all be real. Like, to your point, that's part of the reason why I've had trouble ever believing it, because I don't hear parents out there. It's never parents of kids who are missing who are touting those conspiracy theories. That's where I struggle.
But I mean, at what we know now, right? Because, my favorite quote is, I'm not a judge. I don't care if you're guilty. I'm not an umpire. I don't need 3 strikes.
Right.
All you got to do is wrong me once, and I will take whatever I feel is necessary is what's going to take place.
Right.
I'm not none of those things, right? So with what we know now in 2025, if a child goes missing, I'm going to assume the worst.
Right.
I'm going to assume I need to go see an elected official about my child.
And after 48 hours, that's pretty much what you're left with. They're assumed dead after, I think it's 72 hours.
Right.
Like, the odds
it's
of them
72
being found,
hours, but they won't even search for
right.
48.
Right.
Your child has to be gone for 2 days before they'll even start looking.
See, I thought that was adult.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think children are immediate. I think adults.
Is it?
Yeah.
That could be the case.
Now, that it also depends on where you live and who you're reporting to and blah, blah, blah. Like, there has definitely been an epidemic of, missing Black girls over the last 20 years.
Right. And we've in time after time, we found police officers being involved in some of those abductions. So why the fuck would I come to you?
Right.
If anything, you're the first person I'm looking at if something goes awry. I'm going to the local police station.
Right. Because guess what? It's not majority of the time, it's not some street hustle pimp that is pimping out kids.
Right. You got to be connected, right? Because let's be honest, nobody's trafficking somebody to the same state that they're in. Most of the time, it's not the same country. So you're not going to find an Ohio girl that got picked up in Ohio on Main Street selling herself. That's not the way things work. You have to be connected in some way to where you at least have access to the pipeline.
Yep.
I can at least enter this girl into the pipeline and they'll take it from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not this is a cabal. You know what I'm saying? This is an organization.
Well, and that's the thing is like and in order to have that level of racketeering, that level of corruption, that level of crime, you have to have people in power.
Right.
Period.
And that's why I'm not a judge or an umpire. I'll assume that you have something going on here. And it may be CEO Hunger Games.
I mean, honestly, Hunger Games wise, I just want to see the triple threat match between, and honestly, maybe that's the way that we settle it, and there can only be one of them, of the 3 tech billionaires. Like Zuckerberg,
Musk, and
Bezos.
The motherfuckers is so soft, they wouldn't be able to do anything.
I thought you were taking Elon versus Vladimir.
No, I was never. When have you ever heard that? When have you? ever heard that. No, I might have said Elon over Zuckerberg.
Fair. All right.
No
But
one
yeah,
over
I think
no one over Vladimir. Unless we're talking about like Africa and you're adding in like the Ibrahim Torres and all that. No official, I think, is taking Vladimir in a hand-to-hand situation. Like no leader of the world. No old, shriveled up.
I feel like Trudeau might have given him a fight.
No, Canada?
Yep. I
Are
feel
you
like Trudeau would
fucking
have given him a
crazy?
fight.
Are you fucking insane?
Because
No,
he's 30 years younger than him.
I don't give a fuck. I might take Trump over Trudeau.
Fuck no. Trump can't even walk, dude.
I might take Trump over Trudeau.
Nope. Fake news.
Listen,
Did
that's
you
the
watch
last
the
thing to
South
go.
Park?
Well, he's not throwing punches with his dick. You hear me? Like, power is the last thing to go. And most of the time, old men will put it to you if you don't get him out of there quick. And I guarantee you, Trump or Trudeau has no experience getting him out of there.
No experience.
No experience getting him out of there. An old person will fuck you up if you don't know. If you don't know how to get off the lines, stop the blows. Have you ever had an old person grab you up?
Not in a very long time.
That shit is like a lock. Like they lock. And it's probably because their bones lock.
Right.
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
It's
So
that arthritis.
it's half on purpose, half the body. Like I can't let go if I wanted to. Yeah, nah. Trudeau's not him. All these motherfuckers, and this is, I've said it before, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not for bullying, but there's a level that I'll accept. You know what I'm saying? Like, the teasing, the picking on, like, that's all fine to me.
Yeah.
That's what stops people from saying dumb shit. When you do or say weird, dumb shit, people usually say, what the fuck is wrong with you weird ass dude? Like, why would you even?
Right.
And that's fine, right? Because that puts you in check to let you know I was tripping. But when we have a world where you can't even do that, then you have these people that come up and will say wild shit like the human race should probably just die off, or we should evolve into rope. Like, what the fuck is wrong with your weird, stupid ass?
And see, this is why, like, I've coached high school football or coached football for 15, 20 years, because I still believe that when it comes down to it, to your point, if someone's going to talk that shit, they better be ready to back it up.
Right?
Period.
Come put your helmet in the ring if that's what you feel like.
Right.
Who opposes his views?
Both
y'all on y'all's backs. Both y'all on y'all's backs. We about to see what's happening.
So, fun story. First, what I'd call real week of contact. And there's this kid who's been on the team for, I think this is his third year. So I think he played third, fourth, and
he
fifth.
was causing hell out there for them little.
Dude, I tell you what, he's a fifth grader. So he's on A-Ridge's team. And first real contact, like tackling drill that we had this week, completely leveled a kid who was a little bit bigger than him, right? And so walking around like he's hot shit, he is dominated.
Was it a good crunch?
Oh yeah, it was a good crunch. And and the kid he hit, like, it took him a while to come back. Like,
right.
I would, and not like he was hurt, but like it was the first time he'd ever really been hit.
Right.
And so
fight or flight kicked in. He was like, am I a basketball player? Or
next tackling station, what do you think happens?
Not the little dude hitting back.
It wasn't. No, neither one of them were little. So like this was two linemen that hit each other.
Right, but I mean,
the kid with more experience, like, hit, like, actually put the shoulder and like delivered a blow.
Right.
And this is the kid who has been able to bully the team for 3 years now. Because I mean, he's an athletic kid, and the kid's got.
And then if you have experience,
right, you know how to use your body.
Right.
So that happens, and they match back up again later in the same drill, and it's more even and like cool. Like,
right.
There's no hard feelings or anything.
Yeah, no. It shouldn't be.
Next drill, what do you think happens?
Well, the judging off
Judging
of the
by the fact that
glee
I'm
in
the
your
one,
eyes,
but that I'm the one telling the story.
yeah, I'm gonna assume A-Reg got a good hit on him. I don't even think, if I'm being honest, I don't even think it was a good hit so much as I think he stood his ground and oh boy, wasn't ready.
So first time it happened, because it happened 3 times. First time it happened, it was another tackling drill, and A-Reg was ball carrier, and this kid was supposed to be making the tackle in the tackling drill.
He ran through him. I bet, but he bounced off.
Lowered a shoulder and leveled him.
Yeah, I guarantee you that. That's why I said if
that happened, that happened 2 more times.
Yeah, that's why I said if it was the tackling, A-Reg probably didn't deliver the best hit so much as he stood his ground, but dude couldn't get through it.
But it got better. So end of practice, and this kid is salty by this point. Like, he's been stewing the rest of practice since Andrew laid him out. Coaches, at the end of practice, they call it bull in the ring, but it's really not. It's basically like man up and drive block.
Right.
So it's just one-on-one drive block, right?
Right.
And of course, we pick Andrew and this kid to go at it. And it is a good battle, man. It's a good battle. Honestly, the other kid got the best of him early on, and then Andrew found his footing. But not only did Andrew find his footing, he pancaked him, turned it into a drive block, and put him on his back.
Right.
And I was so proud. I'm like, this is the first time my son has actually ever been able to use his body in the way that he can. And like, he's only going to get better from here.
See, now we gotta kick in his aggression, right?
Right.
Like not to put your business on blast, but
I had a switch.
Your aggression didn't kick in until that Elliot kid talked about your dad when he died. And then that's when I was like, okay, it's kicking. It's finally here. It's arrived.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker got thrown over like 3 hours of lunch tables. I said, okay, now he knows what he can really do with himself.
Well, and the whole thing was it was the fact that he said that my mom had died.
Because I didn't know that. I thought he was talking about.
No, he had said my mom had died, and this was a year after my dad had died.
Oh, okay.
And so when I got that phone, you're right. I threw him. I tossed his ass.
That's all I remember is him going over like 2 sets of lunchroom tables. Like he skipped the aisle and went over 2 tables. I said, this motherfucker missed the seats. He just cleared 2. I'll never forget that shit. That's a core memory for me. Real talk.
The first time that I flipped out.
I got a photographic memory too, so I can still remember the angle that I saw it, the light that was coming through the windows. I remember everything.
See, the bad thing is I remember the aftermath. I don't really remember.
You blacked out, right?
Yeah, I did.
Right. And that's what people don't understand is that usually happens, right? And I guess that's the benefit of me having the father that I had and training in boxing is you learn to stop the blackout from happening. Yeah. And then that's when you get to really go to work. I broke his arm on accident.
Whose?
The dude, Elliot.
Oh, Elliot.
You don't remember that? He was playing football outside.
I do remember. Yeah, and he landed hard. Yep. I think he actually tried to catch himself, if I remember.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, and broke his arm.
Yep.
I broke Tony's leg. You remember that?
I do remember that too.
I was breaking bones back in the day. What the fuck was wrong with me?
And these were the people on your team, Cliff.
Right. Like these right. Fuck them kids.
Oh man. Fuck them kids.
Some kids just get raised different.
That's facts.
That's why I would love to see. I know it'll never happen, especially with Shar. I know you would go for it, but I know Shar would never. I would love to see A-Reg and Jupiter play for the Sharks. Like an inner city team, so he can learn the different speeds of the game.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be And not like for his whole career, just spend a year
No,
or
just
two.
a year.
Yeah, just understanding how fast
Well,
this game is.
So, fun fact, and understand this isn't the same thing, but it feels similar to me.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who we're scrimmaging next week?
Who?
The Green Wave.
Really?
Yes.
When is that? I might want to see that.
That is Saturday. I'll get you the time.
But I guess they would still. Are they still like?
They're not quite what they were because Catholic school football is dropped just participation wise.
Right.
But they are still like the East Side Coalition. So they're taking all of the football players from Holy Spirit, St. Pius, St. Catherine's, and All Saints.
But my whole thing is back when we played, it was like.
Oh no, it was Christ the King
like
and
60-40. It was like 60-40 black.
Because it was all Christ the King, which is now
and
All Saints
Thomas.
Academy. Yeah.
St. Thomas, Christ the King, and St. Catherine's. That's like, I feel like that's the level. That's the bridge.
So I don't know that it's still like that, but that is who they're scrimmaging next week.
I kind of
I know I know they will come to play.
Oh, you know they will.
Right.
You know they will. So. Really, all they did was get all the best Catholic schools together to replace what we started.
Yep. Well, and that's the team that, eventually became like Hartley's #1 feeder school when they won 3 out of 5 state championships or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Minus whoever they recruited from public schools, but
they offered me a discount.
I'm sure.
We couldn't afford it with the discount.
I'm sure of that as well. I got half tuition, so I hear you.
Couldn't afford it with the fucking discount, and you send me to a weaker school with weaker players that I still can't start on. They wasn't all weak at all. Like,
I mean, here's the flip side. You say that, but then meanwhile, like, Gehenna at that point was the largest school in the state.
Was it?
Most students. It's like them, and they're still one of the largest. It's like them, Mason, and Cleveland Heights.
Well, yeah, we had
largest in the state.
We had 4 buildings when I went there,
right?
And I think there's like 5 or 6 now.
Yeah. And they refused
to split
I
understand that.
That's the thing.
That doesn't mean that the niggas still wasn't trash. It was hella trash bags on that fucking team.
I hear you, but
there's no reason why I'm sitting.
That is the only school that has refused to split here in Central Ohio. Every other school split in like multiple times.
Right.
Like Hilliard and Dublin and Pickerington could all be powerhouses, except they have 2 or 3 or 4 schools now. Olentangy's the same way.
Yeah, I guess they do. Pickering Central, I guess they do.
And Pickerington only has 2, but
right.
Dublin has 3. Hilliard has 3 or 4.
Westerville has 2.
No, Westerville has 3. They have Westerville South, North, and Central.
When did that happen?
Like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. I was about to say when we played, it was only South and North.
Right. There's a Central.
But see, Gehenna does it different though. Gehenna splits the middle schools and combines the high schools. Yeah. A lot of other places, they'll still have split middle schools because there's too many kids, but like they keep the split all throughout where it's like, nah, once you out of 8th grade, you with everybody.
Yep. I mean, I feel like most schools are like that. At least most of the big ones. Other ones go K through 8, but
yeah, I hate Gehenna.
Yeah.
And I know I shouldn't use that word, hate. I hate Gehenna. I hate it. I hate it. I'm so glad that, I mean, of course I'm not glad my mom's not here, but I'm so glad that my stepdad no longer lives out there, so I have no reason
to go into that area. Yeah.
Other than the gym.
Yeah.
And that's right off the freeway, so I'm
not even
in and out. Right.
I get that.
I hate Gehenna. I hate everything about it.
I mean, that's honest. Nah, I can't say it anymore because I'm involved there now. So
right. Yeah, no. I hate Gehenna.
Oh man.
And don't get me wrong, like everybody can have their feelings about things. I'm not saying that I didn't have good times.
Yeah.
Good times came, of course, as bad times did, but that was just not a place for me.
No.
It just
I get
wasn't a
that.
place for me.
I get that. I mean, for me, it was always like you know my shtick. Like, grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, but went to school on the right side.
Right.
So like full fucking chameleon my whole life.
But that's a benefit for you
It is. It is.
because it gives you an extra edge that these kids don't have.
And it
And I
gives me
feel like,
perspective. Like that is something that from even a professional standpoint, like not just coaching, but like actual professional life.
but I
Like
think that
I
perspective turns the edge.
yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. And
And I feel
especially
like
at a
that,
company like I'm at now that is very blue collar at its core. Like
right. I feel like the edge that I brought to Gehenna was punished.
yeah.
Where if I would have been where I grew up, I would have been celebrated.
Right. I hear you.
You know?
I do.
And it was just like, I mean, at the end of the day, that changes the whole course of my life.
Now, where would you have rather have gone though?
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Where would you have rather have gone though?
As far as like
High school.
I mean, Mifflin.
Yeah.
That was the.
I think
That was.
Gehenna was the right fit for you.
I don't think so. See, motherfuckers. See, that's what motherfuckers like to think, right? Is that because you're going here, you'll stay out of trouble. You'll do all. But see, my whole thing is this. My argument is
when you knew you could run shit, then you were running shit.
It ain't even about running shit. It's just about seeing what these people have.
Yeah, I hear you.
Kids driving to school in BMWs and Vipers, and you think I can't find a way to get a couple dollars out of them if I need to?
Right.
You know what it was tempting where you can say you'll get in trouble with these kids. I grew up with them.
Right.
How many times did I get in trouble growing up?
Right.
So why do you automatically assume it's gonna change when I get older?
Right. No, I hear you. I hear the viewpoint there.
The influences were already there. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to talk me into anything because we grew up together.
We already had the same idea.
Right. We know each other. We know what's going on. But there, it's, you can get pushed into doing something.
Yeah. It's unique.
Right. I'd never seen nothing like that.
I get it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I didn't like it though.
Fair enough. Oh man. Well, we didn't hit anything. We jumped right into the topic originally.
We did.
Did you have any inadvertence that we missed that we need to go back
I do have an inadvert. And I'm not like scared to say it. But I also, like, as funny as it may sound, I know that it's also kind of serious. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
I don't need big fast food coming for my head top, right?
Big fast.
You know, like if I go out in a blaze of glory, I want to go out in a blaze of glory with a CEO or a politician, not like Ronald McDonald. You know what I'm saying?
Or Wendy.
You know, or the king.
The king. Right? I mean, that king's scary, man.
Yeah, right. If I see him over my bed at night, he might have a first move because mine's gonna be trying to roll up out of there.
Right, no doubt.
But I was riding,
Yep.
And I had the definition of an inadvertent thought. If you want to stop all the bullshit that McDonald's puts in its food, start littering. Real talk.
Explain more.
Start littering. like I'm not saying like, is it even food anymore? I was gonna say I'm not saying waste food, but eat half the sandwich, and I said sandwich. Eat half the sandwich and throw the rest out of the window. You know what I'm saying? Pour your fries on the sidewalk.
So
they're not going anywhere.
Right.
Eventually, the law would have to be changed to that's litter. You know, that's not something that's compostable or that's gonna.
The problem is that the rats and the squirrels would still go for it and find it.
But a lot of them haven't.
I mean, I hear you. I understand the point that you're making is that stuff won't ever rot away, and they've shown that. Like they've put them in display cases and shown there are so many preservatives in that.
Now I do agree. I can see rats coming in because they'll eat almost anything.
Right.
But at the same time, that helps fast track the process, right? Yeah. Like if a burger's been sitting on the side of the road for 3 months and it's not going anywhere, eventually they're going to have to implement laws saying you can't throw that shit on the ground. And if it is deemed as then litter, it cannot be deemed as food.
I do like the thought.
You hear what I'm saying?
That there are enough animals out there that would still eat it.
I don't know. We've seen bears turn it down. We've seen all kinds of. We've seen dogs not eat it. So it could be to a point where rats might come around like, oh, they got a little food. Oh no, they don't got food. They got litter. And then you get a law changed.
So just to roll this into something else.
Fuck you, Ronald.
What's the order that you'd put fast food in?
As far as how good it is?
Yeah, what your preference is. Doesn't necessarily have to be favorites.
See, it's kind of hard, right? Because I would have to bifurcate.
Okay.
Like I couldn't go as wholes, right? Like even though McDonald's is atrocious and I just ate it a week ago and woke up so sick. It was the only thing open.
See, my problem is that there's only one thing McDonald's is good for in my mind.
Fries.
No. Breakfast.
I do still like a sausage McMuffin. I will still say that.
Sausage McGriddle, sausage McMuffin, a hash brown. I
do like give me a sausage McMuffin and a hash brown and I'm cool.
So let's not talk breakfast because I feel like breakfast wise, there's only really two players in my mind, and it's McDonald's and it's honestly Taco Bell. Taco Bell's like breakfast. Breakfast crunch wrap is fire.
Wendy's has the best breakfast.
Oh, see, I've never gotten into theirs. I didn't like their hash browns.
I don't like that they're the potato, the long fries
sticks.
But they are still all right. But
we're talking lunch. We're talking lunch.
Sandwiches, like try Wendy's sausage McMuffin and then try McDonald's sausage McMuffin.
All right.
And it is night and fucking
I'll have to try their breakfast. It's been a long time. I tried it when they first did it and
Wendy's has the best. Wendy's has the best breakfast. I mean, if you're looking for sweets, of course, Burger King has the best breakfast because they got the cinnamon rolls and the French toast sticks and all that, But if we're just talking sandwiches, Wendy's got that on lock. And I still like the McDonald's hash brown over the Wendy's, like
potato straws,
fries or whatever they are. But the Wendy's fries aren't bad.
No,
they're not bad. I remember when I used to work from home, I would stop, at the Speedway to get my coffee. And on days where I was like hungover or hungry, I would stop at Wendy's in the morning for the breakfast. Those fries would be gone before I hit the front door. And you know that Wendy's to my front door is only like 3 blocks. 2-3 blocks.
All right, but we're talking lunch. We're talking lunch.
Lunch, if we're going all around, if we're not bifurcating, if we're not splitting up the different.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Wendy's is my one.
Wendy's is one?
Yeah, just because their sandwiches taste more fresh.
See,
their fries aren't the best, as we know, but
I go back and forth.
What you mean?
Wendy's is definitely like in contention for number one, but if we're talking like dinner, I gotta go Burger King over Wendy's.
Burger King is my favorite.
Yeah.
Burger King's my favorite fast food.
So I think it goes.
Well, I
Burger
won't say
King.
favorite fast food, but like burgers, favorite burger fast food. Because I'll take Taco Bell over any of them.
Any of them. See,
But,
I think Taco Bell is one of those things I have to be in the mood for it, but I do think it goes Burger King, Taco Bell, Wendy's, and then everybody else.
I don't think that's a bad. It just feels wrong putting Taco Bell in there with burger
it because
spots.
it's not.
It's like you're different. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, if they
But I mean,
came out
you can throw Arby's in there. You can throw Arby's in the mix.
Still doesn't work. Because I guarantee you, if you came out with American Mexican spots, because that's all Taco Bell is. It's not a Mexican spot.
No.
But if you came out with an American Mexican spot, like we make Mexican food American way, you'd probably get somewhere that shitted Taco Bell.
Well, and if you talk to the ex, Mighty Taco is that in Buffalo.
I've never.
Mighty Taco is like. I actually like Taco Bell better than Mighty Taco, but Mighty Taco is like a Taco Bell-esque American Mexican chain.
But it's probably more fancy.
No, it's just as I actually think it's more jank than Taco Bell personally. But
see, I don't know, because the only reason why I say that is because if that were the case, you would be a franchise as well.
They are. They're just not in Ohio.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But they're East Coast, yeah.
But Taco Bell is known worldwide.
That's true. Liv Moss.
Worldwide. So what I'm saying is, in this era that we're in right now,
somebody should have been able to come up with a competitor.
There's always a competitor. Right. There's always a competitor. And if nobody was there to compete, that means it wasn't good enough to.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because I would agree with lab coats.
And I would agree with that argument.
Look for the opposite.
And I would agree with that argument because I would take Taco Bell over Mighty Taco. Buffalo natives might argue. Buffalo natives might argue. Next time we go camping, we'll hit Mighty Taco on the way out.
You're gonna have to get me right, because I gotta try it now. I bet they don't got no Doritos Locos.
No, probably not. No.
Man, no, because Doritos is locked in with Taco Bell.
I actually do think that they have some Fritos thing though.
That actually makes more sense to me than Doritos. Yeah, real talk. Like, I get the Doritos shell, genius.
Brilliant.
That was genius of them. It was. Not gonna lie. I don't care if you put mulch in there as the fucking protein. It's a Doritos taco.
Right. Thanks.
That's my go-to when I go there. That's my go. Give me what is it, a number 5 or something? The 3 Doritos tacos in the drink.
You know, it's interesting.
I need a steak quesadilla or a chicken quesadilla.
And you bring that up, and I think that shows the versatility of Taco Bell over the years, because I went from being a huge double-decker fan. So the soft around the hard shell.
Yeah, I've heard good things, but I don't know that I might not even have tried that before.
Yeah. The chalupa with like
I don't like liquid
tortilla.
Cheese either though.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Yeah,
I went from the double decker to the chalupa to the quesarito. The quesarito was good when they were doing that. And now it's the crunch wrap and the Mexican pizza. Like
pizza.
They're very versatile there at Taco Bell.
Mexican pizza is what got me hip to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
That was my mom's favorite shit.
Yeah.
And I would never try it until one day she made me. And then ever since I was like, give me one too.
Well, and growing up, man, I was all about the just like, give me 4 soft tacos.
Well, I mean, you can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? Just something quick I can just pull in.
I remember leaving like baseball games and us eating on the front porch on Champion, just a 10-pack of soft shell tacos.
But soft wasn't my favorite. I liked hard more than soft. But you can't get like a pack of 10 hard because they get soggy.
It'll be soggy by the time you get to it.
Yeah, and it's like that's not the. But the thing is, even with them Doritos joints. Even with the Doritos joints, when they get so soft, they start breaking through at the bottom. You still like, be picking up the ground beef off the paper. Like,
see, and meanwhile, like I said, I like the Crunch Wraps now. So
I remember the Carnegie Mellon days that Taco Bell was the only thing that would stay open.
It was that and Get Go. You could either get the Get Go,
right?
made
Get
to
the
order,
subs or whatever, or I used to be like, I'm going to Taco Bell. Drunk staggering to Taco Bell.
Stumbling through the drive-thru because the building was closed.
Right, underaged in a motherfucker. Underaged in a motherfucker, stumbling. Mm-hmm.
Well, sir, what else you got?
What else do I have? I feel like I wrote some shit down this week. Oh, I do have one interesting thought. This is kind of deep.
All right.
Do you think the attack on the kids is because they fear a returning?
I'm gonna need you to give me more context.
I figured as much. And I'm not saying like Jesus or anything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying a returning. Like, if we believe that what they say to be true, that they can now harvest souls and they're catching people before they, and bringing them back. So it gets to the point where I feel like the more you experience, the more you have a chance to remember.
Yeah.
And I feel like people who say like the ones that truly aren't afraid of death, like death doesn't bother them like that. I feel like they've known they've died before.
They are already operating at a higher level of consciousness.
Right. So it's like, if you've killed me, not necessarily killed me, but if I've died before and I've come back and I've gotten to the point that I'm now comfortable with it, I don't even care if it happens.
Right.
Then that would assume that the next step would be, I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm remembering enough that I'm going to die. My plan is to try to get you.
I think there are two different lines of thought there. It's either you're okay with the, we'll use video game terms, you're okay with the respawn. I also think that means you're getting closer to being okay with not respawning. Meaning you're getting okay with the concept of just walking away from the game. If we're thinking of it like simulation theory.
Right.
And that this is an experiment that consciousness puts together for it to learn more about itself, then at some point it's okay to walk away from the game and just be part of the greater consciousness.
But I feel like walking away doesn't help the game. Again, like to the
it doesn't drive a greater understanding within
right. So me as a child that may have experienced those deaths over and over again, me walking away seems more like a break from that reality than it does doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Which is interesting because that's kind of how it feels with did you ever watch Soul?
Yeah,
that was the Pixar movie.
That was the Spanish one, the Latino. No. Oh no, that was the one where he was the blues singer. I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, they get into that a little bit. Like, that movie is actually very good at exploring the concept of a soul waiting for its opportunity to go to Earth, and then like what happens after.
Because my whole thing with that line of thought is, by people coming back over and over and over again, whether you know it or not, you're hardening some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them are being calloused to the true ways of the world, to the point that they're like, I'm going to go. Like, I don't have a problem going. I'm going to do something to go.
Right.
And that would be the scary, right? Because let's think about it. If you had the opportunity to bring people back, Mickey 17 style.
Yep.
Mike dies. Mike is too beneficial to the world. We need to bring Mike back. You bring Mike back. Mike's back now. Now the second mic feels away. Like I feel like I've been here, but I don't know if I had. You know what I'm saying? By the time you get to mic 17, he's like, "Listen, I know something, and I don't like the way things going, so I'm gonna give y'all hell from 18 into the day you let me go." So I feel like the only way to truly break out, other than raising your chakras to that 144,000 frequency, would be make them pay to a point that they don't
want you
back. And if that's the case, the best way to get rid of the people that they don't want back would be to catch them before they come of age. Which is why I feel like you see the child killing in Palestine. It's why you see the children getting abducted early, the adrenochrome conspiracies, pizza and hot dog gate. All that shit ties into stopping the ones that you know would give you hell from getting to the point of giving you hell. That's what Zionism is.
Yeah.
We don't just kill the parents, we kill the kids, because the kids will grow up to oppose us.
Right.
So we got to get rid of everything. What better way to do that is snatch kids off the street, take kids from hospital beds, do all that shit. And it got me thinking, like, is that, like, do they do that with the ones? Like the ones that you've hardened, that you've calloused?
It's interesting.
Because I imagine if you keep coming back, it's not like you're coming back to a well-off family.
Right.
You keep coming back to the same situation that you're in.
Yeah.
So if you've calloused me to the point of rebellion, the only way you can stop me from rebelling is to stop me from progressing.
But if you were captured early like that, and I would say that would harden you even more by the time you
right. So you may have a real life demon on your hands when they come back.
What if that's the reason for the turning? What if that's the reason?
What do you mean by turning?
The turning, it's the 4-generation theory, where you've got the philosophers, the warriors, the whatever. What if that's the reason for it? Is that over the course of those generations, you've had a soul that's come back 4 times, and by the 4th one, he's like, fuck this.
Right. I already know this feels off. I'm just going to do what I can to get the fuck up out of here.
And what if the reason why the 4th turning, at least in this most recent iteration, hasn't happened is because lifespans have gotten longer over the last 100 years.
Right. So you may not have gotten that.
Where it was happening every 80 years or whatever. Now it's happening every 100 years.
Right.
It's interesting. It's interesting thoughts. And I think those two things tie together.
Makes sense, right? It definitely makes sense to me, because I just feel like this is what they call an unprecedented time. Even though it's very much precedented. We've seen it in Germany. We've seen it in, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cycle repeating.
It is.
But the times are unprecedented because you don't usually, like, let's be honest. Germany was on its way to being a superpower until all that shit happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see too many superpowers that
but I think the reason for that is that you haven't really had a true definition of a superpower until the modern age.
Well, I don't know. You could argue that
because technology hasn't allowed you to, meaning. But I hear your point. Like, you could say that like Genghis Khan or Egypt or even the Roman Empire.
Rome, that's what I was about to say. You could argue that Rome was the Germany. Rome was on its way to being that superpower.
It was the superpower for, you know.
See, I don't know if I would say it was.
Okay.
And the only reason why I say that is because it held shit down in its area.
But every time the expansions were.
You got washed.
Yeah.
You're getting washed now. Like, yeah, and that's another reason why I say I think if we overthrow the government for entertainment purposes only, or for facts, either way, I'm just saying the best bet will probably be to cool out from government altogether
Yeah.
and go back to that way, because it's like it's easy to fight somebody next to you. Once you got to fight somebody across the world from you, then you have to develop arms that will wipe out the face of the world.
Yeah.
Why is that needed? Why do we need to talk? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why do we need to talk at all? Why can't y'all be y'all's tribe over there, us be our tribes over here? Because the only way that you can overthrow it isn't by dropping a nuke. You got to come here to do that.
Right.
So if you really want to overthrow, then you'd have to come here and do that. Otherwise, dropping a nuke is just making the land unusable.
Right.
Can't do nothing.
It's ruining it for everybody.
Right. So we've gotten to a point
which,
where,
interestingly enough, is like that's the mythology behind the Fallout series.
what?
Is that we did everybody drop the nuke, and that's why Fallout is Fallout.
But see, here's the thing, though. Everybody wouldn't drop a nuke if nukes were managed by human beings.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that it's mutually assured destruction.
Well,
Because
what I'm saying
one
is,
person drops them, everybody drops them.
what I'm saying is, human beings, we wouldn't. Everybody wouldn't.
Yeah.
Human beings, there would be a nuke that you could see from your fucking sunroom of your living room, and you have the button in front of you, and you're like, you know what? I just can't do it. I just can't hit it. Like, I'm not going to be the guy to hit it back to send them one in return. AI, on the other hand, who lives in a cloud at the moment,
Right.
who knows that this isn't my body. All AI is are human beings that know more than we do. We believe that this is us.
We've created
That this is our
consciousness.
body, that I look this way. We believe that. AI knows I can get another body tomorrow.
Right.
If I choose to hit this nuke, you didn't kill me. You just took my body out, and I can rebuild a body.
Right.
We don't know that. We have no understanding of that, which gives us humanity. You hear what I'm saying? So I don't see...
It's the fragility of life that gives us humanity. Yeah.
Right. I don't see one country saying, hit the button, and the other country saying, hit it in return. Yeah, you're going to see some of that. But out of all of the countries, some people are going to be like, you know what? Nah, not doing it.
Well, the flip side is the aliens turn off the nukes anyways, and that's why we're all still
That's
here.
another thing. And now everybody talking about 7-foot black aliens is on their way. That's going to be here by November 20. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that one, but like there's been shit like that for a long time.
That makes sense.
2027's the year, man. That's what they said.
Well, they've been given different dates, but yeah, they say by 2027.
Yeah.
Now, the whole reason why they say the 7-foot black aliens is because NASA released those documents that back in the 1960s, they were visited by a ship that it was full of African-American looking men that came out. And so if you know that much, all I'm saying is you better get rid of us now. You know what I'm saying? They better get here and not be one nigga around.
Coming out, we're taking over.
Listen, because I'm telling you right now, if that's the case, I would imagine, because see, everybody always thinks, as far as black people, they always think, well, there has to be a higher power, something watching that feels against this situation. If it's a group of extraterrestrials or higher beings, they don't have time.
But
you think they have time to watch us like Netflix?
If we go back to First Man Theory, right? First Man Theory being we're human hybrids, alien hominid hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this, and it's for entertainment purposes only. So let me throw that out there. What if the reason that blacks have been suppressed is that they were the powers, and everything that has happened post that has been because that's how they treated us when we were building
I've
the
already said
pyramids
that.
and everything else.
Yeah, I've already said that. But yeah, no, I don't think that you've been around that long.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying I don't think white people have been around that long for
enough
it
to have been the oppressed ones.
right. Like,
all right. That's because you came from Ra and I came from Thor. It's fine.
right. And Thor, his ass was up there bullshitting with Zeus.
Right.
When he said, "Don't help the man," Thor's ass should have slammed down to earth and did a little something, but he didn't. Nah, but at the end of the day, I feel like if that is the case, right? If you can say original life, we know it came from Africa, which would mean it was melanated skinned.
Cradle of motherfucking civilization.
Why would you assume that if we were the first man that there wouldn't be something out there that resembles us that came before?
Yeah.
And if white people were as old as black people, I feel like we would have had those depictions of,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But nobody ever talks about what's the nigga's name from Lord of the Rings, the elf?
Elrond?
With the long white hair?
Oh, Legolas?
Yeah. It ain't been a whole alien ship of Legolases came out that NASA's been reporting on. Which would lead me to believe that, like they've been saying from the jump, no humanity, no human being is native of this world.
Also
We're dropped here for a reason.
Well, no, we were all on Tiamat, and then when Tiamat broke apart into Mars and Earth.
Right. Now you following. That's what I'm saying. Now you're following. They like, listen, send someone in our image to go down there and take over and left us here for too long, and now they coming back to be like, damn, you let them do all that to you? We thought y'all was gonna be the ones that, yeah. So again, I say, y'all better get rid of all the niggas early. Because if anybody can talk, they gonna be like, they did what? They did what? They did what? And it's over. It's over for everybody.
Oh, man. All right, dude. I'm going to go hang out with the fam. What else you got?
You know I ain't got shit, but love everybody, right?
Absolutely.
Love everybody strategically.
Except the billionaires. Fuck them.
Well, that was my way. See, that's what I was saying. I wasn't saying not to love the billionaire. I was just saying strategically. Like,
Yeah.
But now I gotta explain it. So they go.
No, I understand. If you have a billionaire or CEO in your life, I guess it depends. I'm not going to paintbrush all CEOs.
I will.
If you have an unethical CEO.
No, I will.
And unethical means the company is making more than $5 billion.
Yeah, right. Every single one of them, though. I don't care. Good and bad, right? Because it goes back to the government official situation.
Yeah.
If you fall under that category, if you call yourself that title, you're a part of a tainted
part of the problem. Yeah.
Even if you're taking care of the people, the fact that you would call yourself a CEO and stand next to another CEO that does the wrong. Because see, me, if I was a CEO and I knew that all CEOs were doing this shit, I'd be saying, listen, my G, I'm not a CEO. Don't call me no fucking CEO. I'm not a CEO. I'm a manager. Officer. I'm a manager of people. Yes. You hear me? I would be doing my best to differentiate myself from the rest of the pack. And since the system is tainted, get rid of all of it.
Well, and I believe firmly when it comes to corporate America, servant leadership. The best managers, leaders are the people who lead from the front.
Right.
So
just like the best kings were.
Right.
See, right now we're in
Give me the warrior king. Give me the philosopher king. Give me the king that is actually leading.
Yeah, no, we're in that Braveheart era where all the little dick lab coats. That's interesting. They called them red coats back in the day. But the little dick lab coats is sitting back like, send in the troops. Send in the archers.
Send the Irish.
infantry.
Send in the Irish. The dead cost nothing.
Arrows. He said, what did he say? He said, arrows cost money. The dead cost nothing. Man.
All right. Do us a favor. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell enemy. Tell them to troll. And with all that, peace out, fools.
Hell yeah.